For this sweet potato soup recipe, it is the creamy sweet potato soup. It's going to have a bacon and cheddar crostini with it, but we're just getting started. The recipe, I'm like tripling the recipe for this. These were some frozen ones that I had in the freezer that I needed to get out because, well, they needed to get used up. So this is actually about 7 pounds worth of sweet potatoes. So I'm going to add
chicken broth, not
2
water.
cups of water. And down in the description, I will leave what it is for a regular recipe of this. And I think it does like 4 to 6 servings on this. I don't see it listed on the rest. Yeah, it's 4 servings on it. So I'm going to try and puree this. It's said to do it in a blender, but I'm going to try my stick blender and see what happens. Okay, I'm going to finish doing this. If you had to, you could also use a potato masher. These are already really soft. So a potato masher would work just as well. That actually works really well. So now I'm going to add in 2 more cups of the chicken bone broth. You can do chicken broth. You could do vegetable broth with this too if you wanted to. That was close. Okay, I'm going to add some more of the broth. And for this, I'm going to say get it to the thinness that you want on it. And I might actually add some, it calls for bacon, but I'm going to can some ham a little later. So just to my bowl, I might add some of the cooked ham to it and just see how that tastes. Kind of like a Thanksgiving dinner when you get right down to it. Some more, and actually this time I'm just gonna pour it. This bone broth, it's the Walmart brand, the Sam's Choice, and it came out of my stock. Everything that's in the soup came out of my stock. I think this is a pretty good consistency. I'm going to get it on the heat, and then I will do the topping that goes on the bread. One thing that I need to add is the pumpkin pie spice. This is some that I made up earlier this year whenever I realized that I had run out and I needed it for a recipe. So I am really just eyeballing these ingredients. And I can always add more to the individual bowl if I want to. I'm just going to blend it up. My gosh. Okay, I'm not sure how I'm getting so lucky. I seem to be so messy today, but this really is not going all over the place. I'm really impressed with that. God is looking out for me. Okay, so I'm going to get this on here to heat up, and I'll stir it again occasionally. It should only have to heat up. Normal size, it says 10 minutes. I'm going to give this, because it's such a big bowl of it, I'm going to give it probably at least a half hour, or just check it and make sure that it's thoroughly warm. To make up the bread topping, I'm going to do the normal recipe for that rather than trying to double it. We can always make more up. It calls for 1.5 tablespoons of mayonnaise. There is the 1 tablespoon. Here is the half of a tablespoon. You can use mayonnaise, you can use salad dressing. It's just whatever you prefer, of course, because you're making this for you or someone that you know. And then it calls for 1 slice of bacon, crumbled. I'm going to have to rough guesstimate on this because I cooked it last night and it is broken up already. Let me do just a little bit more here. Let me see. Okay, that should be good. And I don't have any green onions. It does call for that. It says 2 green onions. I'm going to use some of my chives instead. I'm just going to kind of sprinkle some in there. I can always add more to it. And the cheese is 1/4 cup of the finely shredded cheese. Let's get this in the 4th cup here. Over there, get that in there. And then I'm just going to stir it up here. That's all that goes into this. Then we'll toast the bread that I made the other day, the garden herb that I made into the baguette style loaf. We're going to slice some of that up, use that. This will go on top of that. Then it will go into, you can put it under the broiler. I'm going to put it in my air fryer. Has got a bake cycle on it, and since it's just such a small amount that I want to bake, I am going to, or really toast. It's too small to go into my toaster. I'm going to do it in the air fryer real quick. Okay, I gotta do a little taste test here. It's gonna be so good on that. I will catch you guys in just a little bit. Slice up my bread. This is the garden herb bread that I made the other day. I'm just gonna slice the end off, and I think I will probably just wind up eating that. You don't want the slices to be too big. Well, I guess it depends upon how big your bowl is that you're using for it, but I'm gonna make 4 slices up and see how that does on it. One tip that I didn't leave the other day on the bread making is if you have any of these plastic bags from loaves that you've gotten, save them because they really keep the bread fresh. Put that over there. Get this on here. I will get it into the air fryer. This air fryer is a Pampered Chef one. It does baking, dehydrating, roasting, reheating, and then the air frying. I think that's all the elements on it. I had asked my brother, I was having a Pampered Chef party for a friend at work, and this was something that I could have gotten with a big discount as a hostess gift. Then I asked my brother what he thought about getting an air fryer, if he would like one, because I was going to give it to him for Christmas. And what does he do? He went out and bought himself one, not this brand, but he went out and bought himself one, and he bought his daughter one too. So now I've got the air fryer. Okay, so the soup is done. It's hot. I'm going to add in the yogurt to it. This is plain yogurt. And I might actually add in some more of the chicken broth if I want it to get just a little bit thinner than this. And for the maple syrup, the normal recipe, which only calls for like 3 sweet potatoes, and this is obviously a lot more than 3 sweet potatoes, calls for 2 tablespoons. So I think I'm going to do 1/3 cup of the maple syrup in this, then get it really blended up. I will get the cheese mixture on the bread here. And this is how it came out. I ended up putting it in my toaster. I decided not to do the air fryer. And I could lift up on it and get the toast out without getting burnt on it. So, and then, but I will, though, to heat it up with the cheese on it. Recipe calls for it to go in the broiler, which I'm not going to do. I will put it on the air fryer and just get the cheese melted. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put it in the microwave and heat up the cheese on it. And I did take from the last salad that we just made, I did take the butter that's got the garlic and the thyme in it, save it, because it's going to become a dipping for some of my French bread. And in case y'all are wondering what that noise is, that is pumpkin, and I gotta show you the high-tech toy that we have. Come here, pumpkin. Let me have this a second. And it is one of my plastic teacup holders. All the money I spent on toys, this is what he plays with the most. It's never had a candle in it, so, because I do make those. But he's had the best fun. He can pick it up with his mouth, move it, he bats it around, and it makes noise, so it's perfect. So, let me get the cheese. Oh, okay, so now he's batting other things around too. We put this back here and get the maple syrup open. We'll get it mixed in. And let me do with my 1/3 cup. I just had it here. There it is. Actually, you know what? I mean, I didn't put that much in it. I'm going to do a 1/2 of a 1/3 of a cup, and we'll see how it tastes. If I want more, I can add more to it. Got some dishes to do. We're going to be canning ham up later on today. It's 10:30 in the morning. And so it's one that I wanted to get out of my freezer. I got one through the Flash app. Well, actually, this one came through the Flash app, too, that we're going to be doing. And that one, the first one, the one I'm going to can today, had been in the freezer since June. This is January. So they had another one on, so I got it. And then I'm going to can the original one. But you know what? That actually looks really pretty good. It's steaming hot, so I'm not going to taste it quite yet. I got the heat turned off of it just to let it warm up like this. But let me get the bread, and then I will put it into the microwave just to get it melted. It's not going to be brown like it should call for. And I know I'm going to have some of this left over because these are a smaller size. This one down. Okay, tell you what, you don't need to watch me do this. Everything is pretty much cooked. Let me get this up in the microwave, get that dished up, and we'll go from there. So this is it plated up. This is the barley, purple barley and the mushroom, with the green is the parsley and the cheese in it. It is really, really good. And onion, it has onion in it. This is my sweet potato soup that has got the bacon bits crumbled up in it. It has got the garden herb bread that I made the other day. I put the cheese mixture on it and then just a little slice of bacon to help decorate it. This is the pork loin that I made the other night. That turned out really good. It's balsamic brown sugar, and there will be a video out on that too. I did put it on a slice of the garden herb bread. None of the juice was left. We must have put it in the other dish, but there wasn't any in the container that had this in it. Or you could just have it plain if you wanted to. It is delicious all by itself. So I hope that you folks enjoy this, that you learned something from it, and that you will give it a try. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about it or what you would do different. How would you change it up? Take care, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.